Alright, and welcome back to WRP's live play of D&D's Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. What is Witch, you might ask? I'll tell you. WRP is me, Faye, your game master and storyteller, and Lachlan, our, writer and producer. Wow. We're a couple who love role-playing games and sharing stories with all of you so much that we quit our day jobs and created our own company so that way we could create high-quality TTRPG experiences full-time. We've been very fortunate along the way to meet many awesome, amazing players who have joined us on our adventure, including the players with us tonight, and you can join them in all the fun. To get started playing with us, just join our Discord and website community, where you can sign up for games, meet us and all of our players, talk about your favorite characters and stories, and even roleplay on our forums. We've got plenty of games that happen every day, Monday through Saturday, so that way you can play in our Mortal Guardians episodic campaign and fight back against the evil Coven of Zol and their dark masters from the void beyond the stars. We also offer high-quality custom quests, magic items, and our Burning Veil campaign that runs alongside the Mortal Guardians. So take a moment during game to join us and introduce yourself. We can't wait to see you at the table. Now, speaking of the table, let's get started with tonight's game. Our heroes of Vogler, and perhaps looking to be heroes of war, as war begins to become a reality on the horizon, have made it back to the city Kalaman. You've come here now having firstly sought their aid for the refugees of Vogler. And doing so successfully meant some of you joining in the Kalaman military. Two of you took the offer. Hugh and Derek. The first mission you were given, through Derek, whose position is to act as your envoy, so to say, to the General Vendry, or Marshal Vendry, really, yeah, Marshal Vendry, was to find there is a tinker gnome outside of the city that you were to find and escort back with an invitation to join the council at Kalaman. Tatina Rookledust. And you did find her. And her contraptions. And the Red Army goblins, thugs, menaces that were trying to tear down her door. Clearing up the scene, you explained the situation and got a bit of answers yourselves, as well as strange set of devices called the Fargabs that Tatina had put together instead of crafting the weapons that were asked of her, as her mind had wandered. Now back at Kalaman proper, Tatina having taken the position offered to her, you have a bit of time to rest, a few days before your next assignment. Do you seek out anything specific in those days? Any interactions, visits, or
We need to start a vote to change her name to Doc Brown. That's an old guy reference. And then,
hey, I get that.
yeah, I guess at some point, Victoria has to find Derek. Derek, that doesn't sound right.
Derek.
Derek.
Yes.
Give him the back of my hand. Naming this. All right. Yeah, I mean, she'll have to find him at some point, briefly. But
Yeah, no worries.
and then I mean, other than that, hanging out with her new pals, whatever.
There is during the interim of time before you've met with Darrett, there's a knock that comes to um, the door that leads to the main quarters that you guys are utilizing here on the fourth floor. And you hear the familiar voice of the half-elf, Zuela. Um, uh, Victoria? Hello?
Wait, who?
Uh,
I'm getting
Zuela.
mixed up here.
She's the one that had the friend in the...
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
She
Okay.
did the tour for you guys.
Yeah, you threw me off because for the longest time I didn't realize she was a half elf. Right. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, I mean, Victoria will go over and open the door, making sure everyone's in a state of being able to receive guests before she does.
Uh,
I want to see old man gnome knickers over there.
But if it's like if party doesn't have to be here, you might not even be there.
if you would be out during odd hours of the day, doing who knows what, Rue, it is entirely possible that you are not here for this scene.
Great squirrel stuff.
Wandering the halls lost.
Yeah. So, everyone else can decide if you are present for this scene. But as Zuela comes in, she has a letter in her hand.
Oh.
So, I told you that I had the friend in the Knights of Slomnia. She's just written back to me.
That's fast.
Well, it's been a few days since your tour, and she does have access to a falcon trained by her own hand. Comes back and forth. Sorry, I'm talking way too much about her. She is not coming. The letter doesn't come all the way from their headquarters, as it seems that their envoy is on the way, and she's part of it. So she will be
On the way here?
yes,
Oh.
coming to Kalaman. So I've just wanted to let you know that that's on the way. I'm about to draft a letter to return. Should I mention you as a potential introduction, so that way we can make that acquaintance?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah. I think I guess it would be too much to think that that an envoy to the city would want to talk to me anyway. So that would be awesome. Or great. Thank you.
I'm sure that Levna would want to hear anything that you have to offer.
What? Lavna?
Levna.
Levna?
Yes.
Remind me of Punch Lock.
Well, this comes straight from the story, so.
Oh, okay. Remind me to not say anything bad about Wati.
So, but yes, I'll write back and I'll make mention of you, so that way we can, when she arrives with the rest of the knights, do a proper introduction.
I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Of course. And as she heads out, anyone who's present, she gives a wave to and a goodbye before she heads back to her.
So she just came in like waving this letter around, but didn't actually.
No, she just. I mean, it's her. It was a personal letter to her and her friend.
Yeah.
She was just like, she had read it and knew that you were coming, that you had asked, and so she was like, "Oh, well, I can go there right now." And so she didn't put her letter down. You would have seen that she was wearing very casual clothes, wasn't in any guards to get up, so it was probably she's off duty at this current time. So
Awesome. Okay. Sweet.
so that happens. the rest of you, do you have anything you would like to... I know that Vass is probably taken up some shows.
Absolutely. He's working that tavern scene.
Go ahead, give me 3 performance check rolls, please. Alright, so the first 2 nights are fairly good. The last one, you come in after a newcomer up and rising on the streets of Kalaman that the crowd didn't really seem too pleased with, and it's hard to win them back after that, so it's a rough night. But the other 2 nights do well, and you gain a total of, we'll say, that is going to be 11 gold pieces and then 22 silver from your busking.
Nice.
Hugh, Rue, do you have anything that you wish to do?
Hugh is going to spend his downtime training and bonding with the refugees of Vogler who want to get prepared to take action to take their town back.
Easily enough done. Go ahead, roll for me a straight charisma check to see how well your teaching goes over the days.
Okay. Alright, it came out at 5, although I have the rule that I can add my wisdom, so it'll actually be a 7.
Okay, so they're still a little shaken from the situation of what happened in Vogler. But there are a few that are taking to the lessons that you are offering. Anything would be better than what they currently are equipped with. But it's not... They're not sponges. So sometimes there is the repeat in lessons. Rue?
Heck yeah. He wants to put the herbalism kit to use if he can and try and brew some healing potions and sell them for profit. Possible.
Yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't work.
I'd have to sell the first one to get enough money to make materials to make any more.
Okay, so you
I think you can make one per day.
you can make 1 per day, and it costs 25 gold pieces to make.
Correct.
So,
I assume he would try and sell them for like market price that Kalaman has. If there's a market price for healing potions.
so you would have a market price would be about 50 gold is what you're seeing. Now some boost their prices up because of the amount of certain ingredients or other things that are selling points, buzzwords, and others cut lower because they're looking to make more sales. They might be cutting costs on production. So 50 would be kind of like the average of the scene.
Yeah, and I would keep in mind that he doesn't want to spend time selling so much as he wants to spend the time brewing, right? So he's trying to just like get one quick to get some coin in his pocket so he can start making more.
Cool. Go ahead, roll for me a persuasion check to sell.
22.
22. As you are trying to sell the offer, just in the normal marketplace, a figure kind of comes through looking at it, and offers to buy your potion at at 100 gold pieces.
Can't say no to that.
You rolled really good on your offer. So you take the 100 gold.
Mhm.
Okay. The figure takes it. Oh, hopefully this will do the trick. May if I need more of it, come back to you if it works well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my market will be small. I'm not gonna make these all the time, but I have some spare time and I have some spare ones. There'll be more where this came from. And I only source local ingredients from local vendors, local forests. Some of them I even harvest myself. Spent some time in the forests. Spent a lot of time in the forest. I really know the plants really well, and I feel like mine have that extra little energetic burst you just get with the light of Lunatari. I think you're gonna appreciate these.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You're a lifesaver. You don't even know it. And he takes it and heads off.
Yeah, so with that 100, I would spend the next couple days probably just brewing as long as it takes.
Yeah. Do you use all of your funds for materials for brewing, or do you save some of them?
Um, I think we have. Are we doing like 3 days downtime?
You have 3 days of downtime here, yeah.
Yeah, I think that I would definitely make one to replace the one that I had.
Okay.
And then I do have some funds that I need to pay back to Bass, 1 gold, with maybe some interest and hazard pay. Who knows? And then I think I owe Wyan some money too. I don't know if she's expecting her payback so soon.
You do have 15 gold pieces that you are in debt to Wyan,
I do.
as part of the agreement that she cut the deal for.
I'm just gonna make 3 potions and then keep the 25. I'll give Bass his one back,
Okay.
and then we'll deal with Wyan in a bit.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Part of the agreement is that she would extend your payback time for you joining, or at least taking the test of the Mages of High Sorcery. So, go ahead. You may mark those 3 potions into your inventory, take the costs, and during those the other 2 days where you are of the 3, do you try selling once more,
Um,
or do you just hold the 2? Because you had
I
the
think-
one that you brewed.
right. So I think I'm back to 3 total. Right.
No, because you brewed 1 on day 1 of your downtime. Sold.
Oh, I had one. Sorry.
Oh, you had 1. Okay.
I got the one. Sorry, I got the one that I think we looted from someone
Okay, so you
Sorry.
sold that one.
to start
I
the
got it.
business going or whatever. Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down here.
Yeah. Sold that to get the raw materials so I could make the next 3.
Yeah, so you have the 3 now.
So I have 3 and 24 gold.
3 and 24. Beautiful.
And I think if I have spare time, like I don't know where I brew and how long it takes, but between that, I would probably also kind of be going back and forth to Vogler refugees as well to see how they're doing. Just
Okay.
more support.
Yeah, no worries. So, uh, that is, definitely, easily done. And Victoria, you would be able to find Darren easily enough. He resides within Castle Kalaman.
Yeah, because he's Buddy's new lackey. Okay, she'll find him, and she's kind of scowling a little. More at herself. She's like, Jarrett, I've been thinking that are you listening to me?
Yes, I am. Sorry.
Okay, so I've been thinking maybe I've been a little hard on you. I mean, not much, but maybe a little. And that's not your fault. That's I try and hold myself to a standard that I'm putting on you because you surprised me, and I didn't like that. So, sorry, and you should come around more.
Sure. Yeah, I can. He gives there's a smile there. And he's
Don't
full of
don't
relief.
don't smile and ruin it.
Sorry. Um, I don't take your. It's been a rough time. Especially recently. We're in this together. I'm doing the best that I can for the people that I care about, and just as I know that you're doing for the things that you care about.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're on the same page. Yeah.
I'll try and come by as often as I can. Especially when you guys are, you know, here and not off running, being heroes, and who knows what else.
We're not heroes. We're just in the right place at the wrong time. That was it.
Right, Victoria. And he gives a nod, but you can see that perhaps, if you may not say it, you may believe still that you guys are heroes in some measure.
All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. And then she'll kind of look around, and then okay. Yeah. See you later, and wander off.
Yeah. It is about dinner time, just after, on the third evening that you are back in town. That you've just come from your latest performance, and it was a bit rough. So perhaps not in the best of moods. The rest of you have been out all day when there's a knock at the door, and it is Derrit who peeks his head in. Oh, good, you guys are here. Just a bit of a warning. You guys will have a new mission in the morning. And you'll be heading out quite a distance, so, just want you guys to be kind of prepared and all.
I mean, we'd be more prepared if you told us about it.
Don't have all the details yet from Vendry, but I do know that she's been looking at missions for you guys. It looks like you'd be heading out of town. It'd be about a day's journey, it looks like, on foot. Though you may be able to arrange for horses. If I could guess from what I've overseen, at least 10 miles out. Maybe more. You're probably going to be investigating some of the reports that we've seen coming through of the raiders.
Raiders.
The Draconians that we've been fighting that have been spotted.
Oh, okay.
Recovery. Is that what they're calling them?
That's what they've been called, at least in the official reports. I don't know if we've got an actual name for them, but it's the closest to what I think anyone can come up with.
Okay, thank you for the heads up.
Hmm.
Maybe we can get Vast to get up an hour earlier.
I was just thinking that Vass is probably nursing an ail right now, and he's probably not going to be in the best of moods in the morning. Just FYI, a warning to you all.
To make a constitution check and
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see how hungover Vass is in the morning.
We can always roll a con save.
Let's see.
All right. So you're holding it fairly well, but probably you will have a headache in the morning. It's not, the best of rules. Light will be a little sensitive. But yeah. Do any of you do anything this evening after getting the heads up from Derek?
Will Victoria wait to see if the others are what they're doing? Like, are we gonna go out, or are we staying in?
Hugh's been chomping at the bit to go out and range. So I'm going a bit stir crazy, not getting any fresh action.
Maybe you need a last good meal before we go out.
Mm-hmm.
Rue just thinks back to like the last time he saw Victoria eating some meal at like an alehouse.
Yeah, that was
Steak.
I mean, it's better than barracks rations.
Victoria, have you found any better sources of sustenance here in the last few days you've been wandering around?
No, I haven't really been wandering. I mean, food isn't high on my priorities. I don't really usually go looking to enjoy eating. I just eat because I have to.
Rue's like in the same boat, so he understands. Food is fuel.
Vass will make sure that the far gabs are working, and the static is going to be very difficult for him to listen to. So he's going to be even grouchier, and he's probably going to be grumbling and swearing in Infernal as he tries to make sure that they work.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Um, Fiddling around. Go ahead, give me an investigation or Arcana check.
Oh no. Is it gonna blow up?
Investigation. I'll do Arcana. Oh, that was so close to being a natty one.
Whew. They seem to be in working order. Everything seems to be fine on the ends of the far gaps.
How far did she say that these could work again?
Vess, I would say you would, because you're looking into this, you could recall the information. 18 miles was the radius.
I could stay here and talk to you guys all the way there. Cool. Should we leave one here for Derek?
I thought they were like a 10-mile range.
I'm pretty sure that they are a full 18 miles. Let me
All right,
double
perfect.
check.
Okay. Oh, so we're going. He figures like 10 miles, but okay, maybe I just got my numbers backwards.
18.
He said 10 miles is what he thinks, but he doesn't know for sure.
Creatures within 10 feet of you can hear the static potentially.
So, yeah, 10s are in there, but 18 miles is the range on
Okay.
far
All right.
gaps.
I mean, I guess we could leave it for him, yeah. But we're all dead. Don't come looking. You know what? We're gonna be pirates now. Bye.
Sail out to Sandcrest.
Hey.
Uh, so, plans made for this evening and for the future in the morning. You are able to find rest as you wish. So, Rue, as you lay in your cot, looking out at the night sky, the sky overcome with a shadow of, or not even really with the shadows. It's more with the light of Solinari and the void where Nuatari covers the stars. Lunatari's light is blinking out as her new moon approaches. And your eyes grow heavy. And as you rest, your thoughts return to a place of ruby light. You look around and there's a strange mist that obscures anything too far away.
Does it look the same, like in all directions if I look around?
It does look the same in all directions as you look around.
Am I
Except
standing?
you are standing currently.
Okay.
But as you look down to check to see, it looks like you are standing in a small pool of water. The ripples gently ebbing outward from where you stand.
Am I clothed?
You are. This
What
isn't
an odd question.
this isn't the birth of Venus. You're fine. So, but no, as you look
Who
down,
could have like anxious naked dreams? I don't know.
kind of rolling a table now. So, but as you look down, you do notice something strange about the reflection of the water. Where you stand, you too are covered in the red glow of this realm.
Gotta look at my hands and glowing.
Only in the reflection do you glow of the water.
Um, if I like reach down to touch the water in my reflection?
As you reach down to touch yourself in the reflection, you find yourself shifting and moving through the water until you stand on the other side. The water beneath you is gone. The reflection is gone, and you stand now in a glowing red sanctuary, temple almost. There are columns and fabrics that fill the area, each with a soft glow about it. Welcome, Rhubarb.
Who's there?
Friend, family, companion. There are many names that could be attributed to me, but know that I am a watcher, first and foremost.
Do I see anyone, or is this just a voice?
Just a voice. It seems to come on the winds here, though there is no wind. But it doesn't seem to echo all around you. It comes from a direction, but you see no one.
Have I ever felt this presence before, or is this something new to me?
It is novel, but not wholly unfamiliar. Perhaps you've never experienced him quite this way, but you don't feel scared, so to say. There's a sort of ethereal calmness, something out of this realm.
Why have you brought me here?
Because I have been watching you, Rhubarb. The actions that you take. You perform good. You perform acts of selfishness. Do not favor one or the other. But you recognize them both within the world. There is a threat I have seen. You have seen it as well, Rhubarb.
The army?
War comes to Kryn, to Anselon. Will you stand in her defense?
I want to maintain the balance. If that means defense, then yes.
You get the sensation that this voice takes your answer. Doesn't respond if it is good or if it is bad, but acknowledges your statement. And you feel watched. Your dream fades from the temple into the normal dream realms that you wander. And then you awake. All of you come to in the morning, fully rested. Some of you may have had nightmares, if that is a frequent occurrence. Others, plain and restful nights. others plagued by strange visions that you still recall in the morning light. But morning comes, and with it, the smell of fresh baked pies, as Derek comes bearing gifts and bearing news.
I think he's just trying to fatten us up. They're probably cannibals in Kalaman.
Cannibals and Kalaman. We've got a new metal group coming up here.
I think that might be the title of today's episode.
That's awesome. Vass's side band.
It's who Vass has to defeat in the Battle of the Bards.
Oh man. Excellent. There totally needs to be a Battle of the Bards now.
That's not like I'm taking a note here at all.
Scott Pilgrim style.
Yeah. Even better. What kind of pies does Darrett have this morning?
Derek has this morning, it smells almost familiar, as he has brought a Kalaman version of fish pies. Probably not as good as the Vogler ones, but they seem familiar foods.
Vass is gonna need to make another con save to see if the smell of these fish pies
Yeah.
negative
Go for it.
his state this morning.
Yeah.
No Vass.
I'm gonna roll to see if Brew wants to try this.
It starts to come up, but you're able to swallow it down. It's not a pleasant experience this morning.
Just stick with coffee this morning, thanks.
No worries. There's enough for everyone, but not everyone needs to partake.
10 or higher, and I won't eat it. That's a 2. All right, I'm gonna eat it. Oh. Hey.
Hey.
He's getting used to that fish pie.
So, as you are settling in around Derek. All right. So I've got the official write-up from Vendry. There's a farmstead that was overrun by soldiers. The residents have said it's 18 miles east of the city. You are to investigate it.
Okay. Nothing in particular, or?
And just to see if, if the soldiers are still there, if they are, handle them. But mainly this is one of the more recent things. We want to see how close they are, what they're doing. At least that's what Vendry is asking for.
Has Vendry given you any idea of if these are kind of like one-off guerrilla attacks, or does it seem like it's some sort of coordinated offensive?
It's hard to say for sure, which is why we want to... If someone's taking out our scouts, that definitely seems coordinated in some events, but to what degree, we don't know.
I'm just worried that got this feeling that it's more than just raids, and it could be, like I said, more coordinated, almost the culmination, the starting of some sort of war.
Armies typically mean war. But let's hope for the best here. So, You've been given your missive, which is mainly the investigation of the farm state. Um, and if you are ready, you can head out.
Are we
Alright,
ready,
fellas.
Vess?
Let us sortie forth.
Bass doesn't even answer. He just gives you side eye over his like coffee mug.
I think like
Bass will put one of the Fargab backpack thingies on, and he'll be like, "All right, who's getting the second one?"
Derek, right? Hey, Derek. We made a decision when you weren't around.
Okay.
Here you go.
Thank you. What is it?
It's a hell of a thing to try to sleep around. That's what that is. Hey, can you show him, Vess?
Bass will give him a quick rundown on what it is and how it works, and
All right. Okay. If anything happens here, I will let you know, and if anything happens, just I'll have this around me.
Yeah. The idea.
Bruce gonna look at Bass and see the obvious discomfort that he's in right now. And he's going to walk over and hand him one of the healing potions. Say, just in case you need this. Might help soothe you a little bit. Looks like kind of matches your skin. Kind of like hold potion. I assume it's red.
I mean, I would say that if you want to make your health potions a different color than red, you can do so, but since your whole thing is like you're imbued with Lunatari's light, I think red would be the obvious choice here.
Yeah, he's like working on trying to get like the perfect shade of red. Maybe one that like matches the moon, but also matches his little arcane focus. And now he has more reference with what he saw in his dream. So you get a healing potion.
thank you.
Okay. So, anything else do you prepare for before you head out?
No.
Okay, then you are able to set out. Do you... So you are not offered horses. Do you attempt to gain some on your way out?
We might be better without them if we're sneaking around, right?
Yeah, depends on how far along the journey is.
Okay. Well,
18.
18 miles to the east.
How far
10
can we
miles?
cover in a day?
Just about that. If you're moving stealthily, you would be able to do a slow pace to travel stealthily. You would cover 18 hours before having to rest down for the evening. If you're just traveling at a normal pace, you can do 24.
I mean, we want to be sneaky, don't we?
Yeah, probably, but
You also don't have to
Nope.
move stealthily throughout the entirety of the trip.
Yeah.
gonna say also, I don't think we can afford horses that will be useful in combat. So
I mean, if Rue keeps up his health potion business, maybe.
Make the horses like those beer hats with two bottles on it, straws going into the horse's mouth.
Oh my goodness.
I think before we leave too, we would just like restudy the map that we have in our room on the table and just look for like general lay of the land for everything to the east, kind of like some mental notes of the features of the area.
Yeah. Easily enough done. So, as you head out, ready to go and fish what lies in the east. It's a bit rainy for the first portion of your travels, but not terribly so. Just a light drizzle.
This is the best.
Alright, there we go. Just enough humidity to mess with Vass's hair, of course. Alright, so as you are making your way across, it's a your travels are largely unimpeded. It's a fine day, save for the brief bit of rain. And you have the direction and the trade road that carries outwards that you can follow. If you're keeping your eyes and ears open, you can go ahead and make for me perception checks. If you're doing anything else, please let me know.
Oof.
Yeah.
Vast rolls appropriately for his current state of existence.
So, it is just it's a normal day. Not much to see, just the brief stops for your midday meal, any sort of pause for necessary breaks. The rain clears up, and you can see in the distance, as you're coming over to it, just in the evening light, based on your movements, walking at a normal pace until you got a little bit closer to the area and slowing down, that the farm in the distance. And before we get to everything that's going on with the farm, we're going to take a quick break here for a bit of ads. So stick around, make some predictions of what might be seen at the farm, talk about the crazy things that have already happened.
Doom.
Oh, 100% Doom, I can tell you that much. But we will be back here very shortly to continue with our story and see what's waiting for our adventurers at the farmstead. So we'll be back soon. All right, we are coming back to our adventurers, where they are coming across the farmstead that they were sent to investigate. And go ahead, roll for me. We'll say, firstly, stealth checks as you are approaching. You're still a bit of distance off, so.
Awesome.
Okay, okay.
Night and stealth doesn't go hand in hand.
It's a group roll, so.
I was really counting on Hugh to raise that score a little.
Oh, I had. You're doing better than me.
As you
Without
move
disadvantage. Ooh.
forward, you hear that there is some sort of commotion happening on the grounds of the farm, but it seems ransacked. And as you are moving about, one of the figures seems to look around where you may have heard Victoria stumbling through, but it leaves this figure open for the attack from his partner, and you can see these figures are hobgoblins. They are mercenaries, it looks like, but they wear armor and have swords and seem to be in the process of training. Go ahead, roll for me as you all look through the farmstead. A perception check, please.
So, what would Hugh know about this world's version of hobgoblins?
Not too much. You've seen one before. You did battle with one at Tatina Rookledust's abode. And they are goblinoid creatures, typically found on the fringes of society, picked up by ne'er-do-wells, such like it seems this army. And it is Rue and Hugh that spot. It is not just hobgoblins that are present. Running the training drills here is a soldier, humanoid, that you have seen from, or at least the type that you have seen before, that's stationed outside of Vogler. He seems to be wearing the same armor that's emblazoned with the symbol of Takisis, and is running through making sure that these mercenaries are elevated from where they are to a standard that is acceptable for the Dragon Army, it seems.
Well, even if they're just training, these are clearly from the Dragon Army. They got the insignia and anything. So if you wanted to attack, that'd be justifiable.
I think we should try and take the leader back to Kalaman to interrogate them. Or just deal with the issue.
Do you think there's more of them inside any of these buildings? Like, I don't want to start a fight and then figure out there's 30 inside.
You've moved through one of the buildings and around it. Most of the buildings
Oh.
are entirely ransacked. This is happening out in the open. It seems very unlikely that there are more hiding.
Does it look like they've like been camping here then?
Probably these ones have been camping, and utilizing this as a sort of training ground, for not just combat, but other survival techniques.
So what you guys are saying is kill the hobgoblins, capture the officer?
I'm asking if you want to, not that we have to.
That seems like a sensible move.
I mean, the less violence, the better to me. But I think if things get out of hand, we take the steps we need to. I don't want that one running away. I don't want anyone running away, hurting others.
That doesn't leave us with too many options.
They're coming back with us, or they're coming back in a box.
Okay. All right. Victoria will stand up and say, hey, so you're our prisoners now, and you're coming back with us, or you're coming back in a box.
As Victoria, you stand up and say this, the dragon army soldier turns to the hobgoblins and draws forth his blade. Here's your final taste. Dispatch these fools and earn your place in the dragon army.
Is that
Yeah.
so that's a human?
The soldier, the full dragon regalia soldier, not just the mercenary, is human, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And we are going to roll initiatives.
I like your message, Rue. I think it was succinct. To the point.
Ooh,
Ooh. Obviously, Rue was taken by surprise.
yeah, I wasn't expecting Victoria to stand up, but that's all right.
So we have 6 hobgoblin mercenaries and
Oh
1
my God.
soldier.
Oh, this was a terrible idea, Rue. Why?
So the Vash, and then after Vash we have
Oh God, we're gonna die.
Bam and Bam.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Alright, so Vass, you are the first to act here. What are you doing?
I would like to move up along to flank a group of them. Like, how are they situated? Are they
So they
clustered
were
together?
not so much clustered together. Like the groups of hobgoblins are definitely in between you and the soldier, but they were spread out in pairs as they were fighting and going through drills for training. So they're not like super clustered. There's space between them.
Okay, so I'm hearing that I could probably get 2 of them in a 15-foot cone.
You could get 2 of them in a 15-foot cone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to 2 of them and casually throw my hands up in the air and do burning hands. The 2nd level.
I do not like the cone of shame. Dex saved on that, correct?
It is, yeah, DC 13. My infernal lineage.
All right. Both of them fail. One with a 12, the other with a 6.
I love that for them. That would be 14 points of fire damage apiece.
All right. Those 2 are dropping down, horribly burned, skin blistering into pus bubbles, and you hear the soldier cry out, "You see how weak your brethren are? Show yourselves superior." That is your action, Vash. Is there anything else?
I will give bardic inspiration to whomever is next.
All right, that would be Victoria.
Well, then, Victoria, you get a d6.
Sweet. Okay.
Well, hold on. You are the next up in line for your players. However, our soldier gets to act now, and from
Ooh.
out of the ground at his side, he pulls a javelin and is going to throw it right at you, Vash.
Oh.
The first one misses, but he'll go for another one. With a 15 to hit Vash.
Oh, that misses that.
So,
In his new armor.
as Vash, you move away, the first strike, you don't even have to actively dodge, it just goes wide, and then the second one you just twist out, very suave, but you remain unhit, and you see where the soldier seethes at this. Victoria, it is your turn.
Okay. So how far away is the closest group?
The closest would be the second hobgoblin group that is on their way over towards you, about 35 feet from you.
Ah, I have a movement speed of 35 feet, so Victoria will bound forward into them.
Heck yeah.
Wait, let me just check the range on... Okay, so before I go, before I move, I'll use a bonus action. And she'll look at Hugh and say, oh, I'm pretty sure we have this, and give him a bolstering rally so he can have 12 temporary hit points.
Hell yeah.
Then I'll move up 35 feet and give one of these guys a taste of Solemnic Steel, which just happens to be one of their swords. And let's make it flashy with a Solemnic Strike, because advantage is fun.
Okay.
That's what I need to see.
Hell yeah. Nat 20. We love to see it.
So there is an extra D8 coming on that as well. Where are we here? From the Solemnic Strike. So I guess which should have been, well, yeah. So 7. So on the D8.
Which gets maxed out because it's a crit. As well, because it's any die in your pool.
Yeah. Well, doesn't that come to 15 then?
So,
okay, I feel like I don't need to Divine Smite that.
probably not.
Yeah.
Would you like to paint a picture of how this looks?
Yeah, you know what? She bounds up and just like crashes into this guy with both knees and just stabs him down to the ground and then stands up on him.
Heck yeah.
Facing the other guy.
As you stand facing the other hobgoblin, you can see where he's looking to his companions, and there's a bit of fear that is in his eyes. But they're also afraid of the soldier, and so they rush forward. The one hobgoblin closest to you, Victoria, is going to take his attack with his longsword. You see that he holds it in both hands. And as it swings forward, that is going to be a 13, which I'm pretty sure misses.
Oh, that misses.
So there's the clang of metal as your shield can block the strike that is coming for you. The other two are going to rush in, but cannot close to the full distance, so they stand there waiting for anyone who may get close enough to them, and will end their turn at 15 feet away from the rest of you where you stand. And Hugh, it is your go.
Okay, I got 40 feet of movement. I'm wondering if there's a opening for me to rush the leader or not.
With 40 feet of movement, you'd be able to just make it there, by avoiding the other, fights that are happening here.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark him.
Go for it.
And then go in for Sword Strike.
Okay.
Okay, so 14, does that hit?
A 14, unfortunately does not hit. As you, come forward, he brings up his shield and, looks you right in the eye and... You'll have to try harder.
You don't want me to try harder. I have him! Dispose of the riffraff!
Rue, it is your turn.
Rue grumbles under his breath about these kids just rushing in headlong into everything.
That was Rue's idea. I remember.
It was just a suggested course of action. He got some like fish crumbs still like lurking in his beard a little bit that kind of come out when he kind of shakes his head. He wants us to take the riffraff. Okay, how much riffraff is left? Like Victoria decimated one, correct?
There are 6 riffraff. No, there are 3 out of 6 riffraff.
Did the Burning Hands take 2 of them down then?
Burning Hands took 2 of them down.
All right. Rue is going to take aim at 2 of them and cast a Guiding Bolt with the Light of Lunatari and twin spell it. So it's a twin spell Guiding Bolt at, I don't know, the 2 closest ones.
Okay.
So the first one is a wonderful natural 1,
Oh no!
and the second one is a natural 2.
The Light of Lunatari, I'm assuming this is from your Divinely Favored. This Guiding Bolt is... So, it's still new to you. As you are trying to control the energies as you have so thoroughly before, they don't seem to respond the same ways. And your spells, they fizzle out before they reach the hobgoblins, who you see as the spells fail to hit, are flinching as if they were expecting impact, and now seem a bit emboldened by the fact that they weren't hit.
Yeah, Rue's a little surprised as well. And kind of like absentmindedly goes to his pocket and realizes like he wasn't really holding on to his arcane focus, his little orb. It's like, oh, maybe that's it. He's gonna back up to get within, I guess, use all of his movement to back up 25 feet away, so that they hopefully can't close distance with him on their next turn.
Easily enough done. And then, Vass, we come to your turn. Because you moved up a bit to get the 2 in the cone, the 2 that rushed forward are about 10 feet from you. What are you doing as it comes to your turn?
How far away is the leader from Vass?
Leader from you is about 20 feet, but you'd have to go a little bit around the 2 figures to reach him without getting involved in them. So it would take about 25 feet to get to him.
Okay, I have 40 feet of movement.
Then you're fine.
I'm fine, so I'm gonna go up and move into a flank position with you. And I'm just gonna swipe at him a couple of times with my scimitars. I presume a 23 hits.
The 23 does hit. There's the sound of metal against metal as he tries to draw forth his blade to block, but yours is too quick and you find purchase against him. Go ahead, roll damage.
Can I roll sneak attack damage because he was right there?
You do have advantage, so you do have sneak attack, yes.
Fantastic. Nice. Maximum sneak attack damage.
Heck yeah. Look at that. You hear the grunt of pain from this soldier. It seems this was a solid hit that you have landed.
And can I make
your second attack? Go for it.
Yeah.
$17. As your offhand comes forward, swinging your scimitar. For a moment, you think that his shield is about to block your attack, but it slips, and your attack falls forward and does land. Go ahead, roll damage.
Dang. Okay. Alright.
Alright. Our soldier is looking heavily wounded at this point. Anything else from you, Vass?
The offhand was my bonus action, right?
That was your bonus action, correct.
Okay, then that's it for me.
Alright. Our soldier, looking between Hugh, who had run up to him and was the first threat, to Vass, who had managed to get 2 hits on him, is going to go first for Vass, and as the blade comes forward, he's going to make his attack against you. The 15 misses, and swinging around, he's going to follow through the momentum and try and take an attack at Hugh. And an 11 will miss as well. And you've not yet seen the true might, the dragon army. And Victoria, you have a hobgoblin in front of you as it comes to your turn.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I mean, I'm gonna cut me some hobgoblin, I guess. We'll start with that. Poor little swing at this poor little guy. Wow. So a 10. I'm assuming he misses.
A 10 will miss. His blade comes up to deflect against yours.
Okay. And then I'll
You do still have a bardic. This is true.
Oh, what's the bardic? A D6?
It's a D6.
I mean, okay. I don't. All right. Okay. Let's try that then. Throw a 15.
15. It comes close. There's sparks as the blades meet, but just
Okay.
shy of overpowering.
All right. And then I'll as a bonus action, where is it? I will send bolstering rally to Vass. Yeah, I'll just call out, just stay steady, Vass. One strike at a time, and give Vass 13 temporary HP.
Oh, thank you.
As Vass, you get temporary HP from this. Victoria, you hold the line. Our hobgoblins. You have the 2 that weren't hit by Rue looking over and are going to go assist the soldier. They are going to move around Vass as he's not paying attention to you, and they see you as the bigger threat in this situation. They take the flank as they were trained to in these drills, and each take a swing against you. The first one is a 19.
Were they swinging at me?
Vass.
Oh.
Oh, okay, a 19 will.
For 3 points of slashing damage from the first attack. The second attack is a 15, which will miss. And then the one in front of Victoria is going to, again, holding his blade in both hands, take a swing at you. With a gentleman's 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that it will be 6 points of slashing damage as you feel the blade cut across your face.
My face?
Yep, he struck the face. And Hugh, it is your turn. You are looking at the soldier eye to eye. What are you doing?
I am trying to strike at him. How beat up is he looking?
Very bad. But he's still
Okay.
keeping hostilities here. He seems that he is prepared to fight until death.
I'm going to strike him, but I'm going to try and do it for non-lethal.
Go for it.
And got a 3. So
Once
no
more,
striking.
his shield comes forward to block your attack, and he just grits his teeth as he looks to you. Anything else from you, Hugh?
Nope, that's what I can do.
Alrighty.
Happy
Rue,
New Year.
what are you doing, Rue?
We're trying again.
Okay.
Guiding Bolt, Twin Spell, both of those two that ran off and are now flanking me.
Go for it.
Please give me something better. All right, that's a 14 on the first one and a 21 on the second one.
The 14 does not seem to hit. You're trying to not hit Vass and aim for the farther one, but the one that is closer to you on this side of Vass, the 21, it hits true. Go ahead, roll damage.
All right. That is 15 radiant damage.
So
And the next attack on them has advantage if they're up still.
they are not up still. So you see the glow around it, that pale red light of Lunatari. It reminds you of that dream, and then it is gone as the body falls to the ground. There are 2 hobgoblins, one in front of Victoria, one next to Vass, and the soldier. Anything else on your turn, Rue?
I'm gonna keep out of range where I'm at, so no.
Okay. Then we come to Vass. You have the dragon army soldier looking rough in front of you, and then the hobgoblin off to your side trying to harass you.
Alright, I'm gonna take care of this little irritating gnat fly that's next to me with my scimitar. Or maybe I will with my offhand.
Okay.
Nope, heavy one.
Oh no! As your first blade comes forward, it is bouncing off the shield, and the second one actually gets stuck, and you're, for a moment, trying to pull it free as the hobgoblin looks between his shield and you, Vax, until you actually manage to pull your blade free. You stumble a little bit, but you don't move too far from where you stand, and you definitely don't fall.
So we're going to do that. Trying to give you a fighting chance.
It is then our soldiers go, and just growling now, not even saying any words. Both attacks are going to go for Hugh here. The first one against you, Hugh, is a 22.
Okay, that's a hit.
You're looking at 6 points of slashing damage and an additional 3 points of fire. And then his
Well,
second
that took up most of my
the temp HP.
Yeah.
The second attack misses with a 7, so your shield is able to brush it off to the side. And that is it for our soldier. And Victoria, you have a hobgoblin in front of you still.
Yeah, I mean, let's see about changing that again. Wow. So that happened.
Oh no! You see that with each hit that he's managing to stomp and deflect, he seems more emboldened, more empowered standing here, as if the training was working and he's a better fighter. Do you do anything?
She's gonna look at him over her shield and say, that was your last chance to surrender.
Let me just check something here real quick.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty. Cool. You see fear begin to fill the hobgoblin's eyes again as he looks around, looks away from you, Victoria, and he matches eyes with the one on Vass, and sharing a nod, the two of them will disengage and begin to run.
Yeah.
So, the hobgoblins spend their action getting out of here and running. So they get about 30 feet away. And Hugh, we come to your turn.
Okay. Let's try once again on this guy. Why is it giving me a 3 again?
Oh no! So, unfortunately, the sword comes forward and knocks yours aside, and Rue, it is your turn.
So we got 2 hobgoblins booking it, and there's still that one between.
Yeah,
us.
the hobgoblins are running, but you have this soldier here that is looking rough.
Somehow I doubt that those hobgoblins are running back to the army that's putting them up against us. We probably should focus on this officer person. But he's looking rough. Anything fun I can do? Yeah. How far away is that? I backed up and he was farther away, huh?
These would be on the order of 40 feet from where you currently stand.
Oh, wow. Okay. Rue is going to use a cantrip then and send a disorienting spike of psychic energy into his mind to try and disrupt his saving throws. I'm gonna need a DC 13 int save from a mind sliver.
That is a 5.
Right. He's gonna take 4 psychic damage, hopefully non-lethal, if he had less than 4 hit points.
So, he did have less than 4 hit points.
Try to disable him.
And the body goes limp. I will say, Hugh and Vass, you are the closest here. If you have a reaction available, you can try and use one to stabilize the figure.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Is it a
Medicine check.
Medicine check?
Yep, medicine check to stabilize.
What is with my rolls today?
Oh no, it's a lot of 9.
Oh no!
9.
Could Vass try?
Yeah, Vass can try. So, as it comes to it, you guys are able to stabilize the soldier enough that he is not at the immediate risk of dying, but it was a heavy mental toll and physical toll. He might be out for a few minutes, but that could give you time to sort of investigate, see what you can pick up, loot, if there's anything of use here.
I'll try and keep an eye on those hobgoblins as long as I can, just to make sure they don't double back. And
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
just
no.
keep an eye out.
They book it. They're hauling
Which way
ass.
did they go?
As far as you can tell, they head further east. They may change their trajectory further, but right now they are trying to get away.
Does someone stronger than me maybe want to bind this guy's hands and maybe feet so he can't get away if he wakes up?
I think Hugh already did that to a prisoner, right? He's pretty good at tying knots.
Yep.
I'll say survival or athletics check to tie a knot. And then anyone
Okay.
who's trying to
Anything
find...
but a 9. Oh my god! Are you
Oh.
kidding me?
All you are
I feel
getting
like
are...
this program is just spitting out the same dice roll again and again.
We had that happen this morning too. The first game that we ran this morning opened up with 3 natural ones in a row. It was crazy. Um,
Yeah, suggest maybe the dice do have memory.
so, as you were going to tie it up, you do get him tied up. Perhaps not your best work, but it should do. If anyone is trying to go through any of the corpses or even the unconscious Dragon Army soldier, investigation checks.
I want to look on the soldier.
Yeah.
Could I search the wreckage, I
Uh,
guess, of the farm?
yeah. Investigation could get you that. There's not much of any sort of value left here. It's been anything that was sentimental has been broken, and anything that had any sort of material worth is gone. It's just bare bones here.
Do I learn anything about what?
There's not much here to learn. It was more. It's not like they were camping out here as like a full like platoon. It seemed it was just the mercenaries that were being trained here that were camping. Rue, you do find a message on the Dragon Army soldier as well as a pouch full of 200 gold pieces. That can be split amongst your party.
Yeah, I'll split it.
And then anyone who looks at the hobgoblins, they wear chainmail that is black and has the symbol of Takesis on it as well. But
Freaking hobgoblins.
yeah, it's like they were being bribed with 200 gold pieces.
I was wondering why he had 200 gold pieces on him, but that makes sense.
Um,
Seems like this one was just a recruiter.
and the message that you see has that as well. It's short. The High Master requires soldiers, not thugs. Figure out what you have, then dispatch the ones not suited to the task. This is the Dragon Queen's will.
Is there any sort of like signature or anything on the message?
Nope. Just the symbol of Takesis as a insignia, a sort of stamp in the wax.
Bruce spits on the paper. Disgust.
Can I have Victoria, Vass, and Hugh roll for me a perception check, please?
Time for the dragon.
Yeah, the dragon comes in from the sky. Whew. No, the three of you spot something a little different about Rue. Something's a little off, but it doesn't take you much long.
No.
A very thin sort of strip of hair. Seems to be a reddish color, like fire.
Okay.
It's just what you
All
notice.
right. Like it's a really thin strip, so maybe I just didn't notice that before.
Yeah, you could have missed it, but he looks a little different to your eyes. Like, that's what causes you to do a double take until you spot that. So it could have been something you missed before, but it's just a thin strip.
I mean, I guess imitation is the best form of flattery. So
What's Bruce secretly been doing with his downtime is trying to become bats.
So, as you
Healing
guys,
potions and hair tonics.
as you guys are doing this, evening does begin to settle in fully, and
I think with two of them run off, maybe we shouldn't take the chance of staying here.
So it's a obvious position to return.
We don't have much light left, though. Maybe get a little bit toward the west before night falls.
All right, so I guess we'll just move far enough away that we're not instantly spotted by anyone coming to the farm, and then maybe set up. Or is this if this is all we were supposed to do, we could head back.
It's been a long day.
All right, okay.
Yeah, you would be traveling through the night and risking a point of exhaustion if you head back. Just that way you'd be aware.
I guess this way we could always see too. Maybe see encampment fires or anything like that if we hang around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we are expecting they possibly could come back, we could prepare, to gain intelligence by ambushing them on their patrol.
Well, I would assume if they did come back, they'd come back with probably enough to be a threat.
Enough.
I don't think those hobgoblin creatures are gonna come back, but if this soldier doesn't come back at some
Just in
point in time,
case.
his friends might come for him. Speaking of, what do we want to do with him? Should we ask Garrett? That far guy.
Oh, I mean, we can. They probably want a prisoner, right?
I don't know.
I'm looking at Vass.
Vass was going to provide Garrett an update anyway. So I think he would start speaking into the fire gap and just say Garrett's name a couple of times to see if he gets a response.
Hey, Vats, I think I'm doing this right. Can you hear me?
I can, yes. We have a captive, and we are about to head back to the city. Presuming you want this captive.
Sure, I think Vendry can make that work. If you get information beforehand, good too. See you soon.
Okay, bye.
I love that. Goes back to the static noises.
Ugh.
And if anyone was in 10 feet of me, they heard that, so I presume I don't need to recount all that.
Yeah, you'd be able to hear that. And then you hear the sound of this figure starting to awaken.
Rue's gonna drop both of his daggers as he hears the person moving. Just in case.
So. Oh, great.
So, good news is we didn't kill you.
Yeah, good news.
You're welcome.
Get the interrogation over with. I'm ready to see your frustrated faces. They don't break easy.
Oh, I mean, we pretty much plan on just taking you back to the city and letting them deal with you.
Hold on, I'm a bit offended by his. I use charm person on him.
Sure. That is a wisdom save?
Yeah, Wiz DC 12.
Oh, that was almost a 19, and it rolled over to a 3. So, you have him charmed.
All right, so I you see odd light show as I turn on my Fey glamour, and he goes, "You really don't want to take that line with us, friend. You want to tell us everything you know. This is a nice, safe place we've got here, you old buddy. You You want to tell your good friend Hugh everything, don't you?
You all would see the sort of dazed look that comes over the figure's face. And he closes his eyes, shakes his head, confused. Sure. What do you want to know?
So this looks like a great gig you got here. Who hired you for it?
Um, some other figure in the army. Bandits, mercenaries, they're all the same. Some of you get higher than the others.
Hmm.
It pays well.
Oh,
Drives
how much does
people.
it pay?
I was offered 50 gold just to sign up. And then the more things you do,
Ooh.
the better pay you get.
And how big is this outfit?
I don't know. Large. We're only a small part of it.
Hmm. And do you know where they're based?
All over.
Where is their based? All
Eh,
over? Is there any major like concentration or headquarters or anything like that?
depends on who you're looking for. The Dragon Army
Oh well,
spans wide.
when you get orders, where do they come from?
It's sent down from the High Master, but she's one. She's one of 5.
And she's the High Master for like the region?
For the Red Dragon Army.
Okay. And what does the Red Dragon Army operate out of?
Currently, the closest base is Vogler.
Okay. You've been a big help, friend.
You've been on the move then. Did you come all the way
Hugh
here
just
from
gives him a
Auckland?
knowing look and like you don't interrogate by you make them but you interrogate by having a friendly chat. And gives him a nice pat on the back. You did great, buddy. You did great. We're gonna take you home with us, okay?
Sure. He seems very confused under the charm effect, but amicable enough. And charm
All
person
right. Our
lasts for
friend's
an
not gonna
hour.
give us. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. You get your stuff. We'll get going.
He looks where he's kind of bound and just sort of stands up. Can't really hold anything like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you better clear out, buddy. I mean, you lost your hobgoblins, so they're probably gonna be angry with you.
You're letting them
So
go?
best come with us.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're taking we're taking our new friend with us home.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's gotten very dangerous for him out here. What with him blowing this commanding of the goblins, they all ran off. He doesn't want to tell anyone that. He'll be safer with us.
Yeah, sure. Safer with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
He nods, and uh, for the next just under an hour will be easy enough to follow your lead. Though you might be a bit of a stubborn figure after that. Go ahead. I'll say survival check to set up your camp as you move away.
Nice.
All right. Doing good, doing good. All right, your group does very good at setting up a camp that keeps everything sort of low. You find a area where it's just underneath a sort of divot in the valley, so you're hidden, but anyone who's taking watch can sit up top and get a view about the area. And you're able to set up, get ready, and bed down as night takes hold. And do you take watch? If so, in what order?
I think we should take watch. I think we should make sure this guy is gagged so he doesn't scream.
Mm-hmm.
You would know when your spell is about to end, so you can set that up to be the most effective.
Yeah, I get him to like just to rest and like okay, so we're gonna tie you up now and basically do that about once we get ready for camp.
Is there a nice sturdy tree we can tie him to during the evening?
You do not have a tree in this area, unfortunately. These are more plainlands.
Can we bind his feet then so that he can't run away?
You can bind his feet, for sure. So, binding his feet, having him gagged, and making sure that he'll be able to rest without your worry this evening. What order of watch do you do?
I was
Well, we have some Victoria cannot watch.
So, are you doing the Hughes on first, Rue on second, and then Victoria can pick up last?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have our
So
order.
that's on the first one.
Yeah. That's if you want to sit in on any of them. Easy enough done. So, as you all bed down, those of you on first watch, roll for me perception checks, please. It is quiet. There is in the beginning, sound of the struggling from the soldier that you have captive. But otherwise, it is your rest goes unimpeded this first few hours into your watch. The moons rise fully, and again, Solinari's light takes up most of the sky. It does not seem that if the hobgoblins returned to the farmstead in the distance, you can still see it from where you sit atop on the small hillside, that they are making much of a show of their return. No torches, no sounds of further ransacking. It seems that your watch is peaceful. If there are no conversations that happen on watch, we will move to our second one. But before we do that,
Hmm.
what are some thoughts of Vass and Hugh during this time?
He was contemplating how his new dark powers can let him do the old Jedi mind trick on people, and what that means. How much free will do we really have? And we just reach in and tinker with people's brains.
Interesting implications, for sure. Vass, some of your thoughts? Or
Vass
actions?
is Vass is replaying the battle that took place earlier that day and is trying to craft some, pretty righteous lyrics for his next hints at the taverns. Um, and just trying to make sense of how all of these things piece together. Like the songwriting is just something to keep his mind idle while it processes everything else in the background.
All right. Definitely, you have more pieces to the puzzle, but currently you're unsure if you have all of them. More things to ponder. But your watch does come to an end. And it is time to wake Rue. As Vass and Hugh take to their rest for the evening, Rue, you are awake, as the moons are awake. Again, Lunatari is but a sliver in the sky. Solinari takes the rein, and Nuatari sits a shadow, a void hiding stars, hard to make out. Please roll for me a perception check.
13.
13. It too is quiet on your watch, it seems. No movements in the distance that you can see or hear. Definitely nothing close enough to bring you any sort of concern for the safety and well-being of your companions. They sleep easy in the moonlight. There is, of course, the soft static of the Fargab, but otherwise, it is a peaceful evening. Threats do not seem to have followed you here to where you rest. And Rue, what are your thoughts or actions during your watch?
You said kind of like sitting up on a hill.
Yes, you've got a small valley where you're able to have the camp, and which hides it from any sort of outside views immediately, and so you have the small hilltop where you can sit and have a range and view out.
I think that Rue would be thinking about, what he said about the 5 armies, um, knowing that the red army's here near Vogler, and he's probably worried about armies that may be closer to or overrunning Sandcrest at this time. So that's a little unnerving. He'd also probably be listening out for any nocturnal animals that would be wandering around and try to use his communicate with animals, speak with small beasts feature to maybe lure one or two close to him to kind of keep him company in the evening, like an owl or some little like ground critters.
There are a few mice that are hunting through the area that you can get to come spend some time with you. They enjoy not being picked up and eaten by an owl. But eventually your watch does come to an end. And Victoria, it is time for your watch to begin.
Yay.
The moon still holds the sky, but you can feel dawn getting closer. Can you please roll for me a perception check?
Okay, all right. There we go. In true paladin fashion.
No.
You know what, Victoria? Why don't you describe to me what a natural one for a 4 on your watch looks like?
Let me see. Let me think here. All right. So she probably sat down near the fire and got probably too engrossed in cleaning her shield and the etching on it.
As your meticulous cleaning the upkeep that you use to keep your mind occupied, your hands busy while everything else around the world continues on. You think back to when you received the shield, the vision, the statue that spoke to you, and your mind picks up the armies, what seems like war on the horizon, and
She's a little worried about that.
and the warning that was given to you by Paladine. It all begins to take over your mind, and suddenly it is dawn. And as everyone is awakening, we're going to take a quick break here. So, we will be back here very shortly to see what the trip back to Kalaman looks like, what morning looks like, and, well, how our new friend is taking it. We'll see you here real shortly. Alrighty. We are back on the road. It is morning. You all are coming to consciousness.
I was
And-
already awake.
As you always are, Rue. And, well, there seems to have been a development over the night. Where your captive was, there is now just rope and a cloth gag.
We didn't see this person.
Rue,
while we were-
on your watch, he was still asleep.
I mean, he was there when I woke you up, wasn't he, Victoria?
Yeah, I thought he was sleeping soundly. I didn't notice him go.
Didn't hear anything? Didn't see anything?
Oh,
Did you fall asleep?
I didn't fall asleep.
We're all alive, right? Like we're all standing around.
All of you are standing around, and a quick
Staring at
inspection
this
means
empty
that
spot like, huh?
yeah, you're all alive. None of your gear has been taken. It seems that the figure was more concerned about getting away than getting even.
Does it look like the bonds were just untied?
It does look like the bonds were just untied.
I should have checked those knots.
Guys, I went to all the trouble of charming him, and this is how you watch him.
Well, if he was so charmed. Listen. I mean, I didn't notice him go. I'll accept responsibility, but I'm just glad we're all safe.
All right, who's the last one who's seen him?
But me and Victoria. He was still there when I went to sleep.
Yeah, I thought he was sleeping when I started my watch.
Can I see any tracks or evidence of which way this person might have gone?
Survival check.
It went from like a 9 to a 6. Both are just meh. Do I have any features that I can reroll? It's fine. 9.
It looks like you've got inspiration that you
I
haven't used.
know. I just don't know if I want to use it. Just
Okay.
for this.
So, 9. You definitely see that there's in the camp area, footsteps, that lead outwards, but as soon as it hits to the further plains, it seems to disappear.
How about I retcon and cast guidance on myself before I do that too, if I'm allowed?
I will say that you've already rolled and gotten a result, so.
I forgot I had guidance.
So, in the future,
I went that way, but that's as far as I can tell.
It would have been nice, but I don't think we should take the risk of trying to track him down.
Mm-hmm.
you did get
We already
you did
we
get
already had
information,
the
yeah.
information he has.
Okay. Well, maybe we should just get out of here then as quick as possible.
It's got a good start. He could be coming back, friends. I don't think we should be here when he gets back.
Watch him be like a reoccurring enemy that always just kind of gets away. Hold on, let me just not make a note here.
Or he keeps trying to get revenge on us, but every time I charm him, tell him to go away.
Oh my god, I feel like that would be even better. You're drunk, go home. So morning comes
Like,
and
in first class, he's like, "Want to see another magic trick? Sure, get in the car."
my goodness. So, while you do not have a captive, unfortunately, you did successfully gain some information from him. You can make your way back to Kalaman with your reports.
Oh, do we get a benefit of a long rest then, I guess?
You do get the benefit of a long rest, sorry. That was implied, but not outright said. So, as you make your way back to Kalaman, it is with ease. Nothing seems to trouble your path, especially as you stick to the main road, and soon you are entering back into the city. Do you make any stops before heading to Castle Kalaman as you arrive middle of the afternoon, middle of the day?
I mean, if we're going past the area where the citizens of Vogler were, maybe swing in.
That's
make
on
sure
the
everything's good.
that's on the other side of Kalaman.
Okay.
They're on the
Then-
west.
Then Victoria doesn't really have any spot to make a stop at.
I feel like just go and report in.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take care of this business first.
So, Darrett is who reports back to Vendry on your behalf. So you easily find him. And first thing he says when you guys get back, the Fargab, that worked great. Like, that was such a great idea.
Right?
Like, it was a bit loud, but like, I mean, it caught me from, like, I was across the room and I heard your name, your voice fast, you were calling for me, and I was right there, and it was like you guys were like right there. But glad to see you guys are back. You successfully investigated everything. It's all good. Is it not good?
The prisoner escaped in the night.
Prisoner escaped in the night. Not good.
We did get some information.
Oh, well, that'll be great. I'll tell Vendry. What information do we have? And you're able to recount what would need to be shared. No need to have to like remember everything yourself. Easy enough to give you a report. Derek nods, soaks everything in. All right. I'll get back to Vendry, and we'll if there's anything more that we need to follow up on, I know where to find you guys. And good job, really. I'm glad that you guys got out of there safe. So, Darrett is, after the briefing, on his way. Seems to waste no time.
Okay. So we don't actually have to have a meeting with anyone?
Not at this current time.
Okay.
That's handy.
Even better.
And as you guys are here where you had found Darrett, there are a few other castle guards, and Zuela comes over towards all of you. She is wearing her armor at this point. Hey, just wanna, since I gave you the tour and all, wanna see how you guys are settling in. Everything's fine?
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Good. Victoria, the envoy should be here within the next few days.
Great.
Yeah. If you're not already aware, I'll let you know when they arrive.
Okay, yeah, yes, thank you.
And she nods, and gives waves to everybody, small smiles, and turns to Hugh. About maybe 2 more days, and just because I know that you, I took you to go get your payment earlier, 2 more days and it'll be payday again, so just keep that in mind.
All right. Money. I get money.
It's fairly good. Helps get everywhere you need to be around here. So, with that, Zuela heads off on her own back to her shift and her duty. And, well, you've arrived in the middle of the day. There is still daylight here, if there is anything you wish to do. But you did just have a pretty heavy day of travel with a fight just yesterday. So I don't think anyone would look twice if you decided a rest was necessary.
A rest.
Yeah, it's stressful. Take things
Yeah.
easy, you know? Maybe brew a potion, or read a book, or something not so intensive.
Like struggling to decide if Rue can read. I guess he
You probably can read, like, at the most basic level, like, what you would need for, like, trade and, simple purchases, but, like, anything, like, on the more high-scale things is kind of probably a little bit more difficult.
yeah. And he's
Based
been
on,
around like 100+ years, so he's got like
yeah,
experience dealing with like humans and settlements and stuff.
yeah.
But yeah.
Based on the backstory you've given me, that kind of makes the most sense.
Um, Rue wants to go to the Vogler refugees and find Hope and see how she's doing and if she is picking her trade back up there.
Easy enough to find Hope, and it does seem that she has picked up, some work in the trade camps, using her skills as a seamstress, and tailor. And she is pleased to see you. Oh, hello, Rue. It is good to see you once more.
It's good to see you too. You doing well here?
As well as one can, but, it is better than some others that I have seen, so I do my best to share in the wealth that I have found.
I find myself doing the same as well. I was wondering if I could ask a favor of you.
Ask. I will see what I can do.
I was looking for maybe a pair of kind of comfortable, adventuring, traveling pants that might go with this lovely top that you've made for me. So it looks a bit more, I don't know how the locals say, like put together.
I will have to make a trip into one of the marketplaces to see what they have available as for, payment. If you do not mind a payment ahead, I can perhaps find more sturdy materials to better suit what you are looking for.
I think that makes complete sense. Of course, I want to make sure you can afford the materials for everything. I know that you don't have everything you have back in Bogler. And you can feel free to take your time on this. I know getting settled in has probably been challenging.
Nods. You would see, however, that she does have, you would have noticed when she had, taken your measurements before, she keeps her notes on a wristband almost that has a small pad. Luckily, I do have your measurements still. 2 gold should be sufficient for a non-rush job of your specifications.
2 gold, you said?
2 gold.
Rue's gonna give her 10. Tell her to do what she feels necessary with the rest to help get herself on her feet here.
Tears.
Big pimpin'.
Yeah, tears come to her eyes. Thank you.
Like I said, take your time.
So she quickly puts it into a pouch, as there are some ruffians about that may, take notice of such a amount, but She will, of course, do what she can for her people and for the request that you have given. Anything else to cover this evening?
Mrs. Buskin?
Always.
Mr. Always.
It's got a new song.
Yeah.
I think this evening, Victoria will go with Vass and enjoy the show.
And why don't we end... we'll end our session on the performance.
Oh no!
Oh, God.
Oh, that's a terrible way to end the session. What?
Okay. Whew.
23.
Sweet.
There you go.
The gig that you land is perhaps one of your best since returning to the city, Vass. People are very much enjoying what you are selling as you tell and weave the tales of your travels. Now with some companions to color the tales themselves. And Victoria, you've seen Vass's performance a few times, but this one you can tell the crowd really gets swept up in the story. And as night falls in Kalaman, we will end our session there and pick up once more with some days of rest between missions.
Ooh.
But that will happen in our next session next week. Join us then, but until then, head over to littlewitch.com. That is our website. That's where you can find out more of what we've got going on, all the fun things we have, all the ways you can find us on the internet. While you're on the internet, of course, head over to our to Sirenscape. They provide all of our background music, our ambiance, our sad trombone played during dramatically appropriate times. You can find out what they do, what they can do for you and your table. And as always, may the ever-burning light forever guide your steps. Laters.